A long time ago, I raised a son to know his De Palma from his Del Toro.
Now we're turning our arguments into content. This is I Am Your Father, where Gen X meets Gen Z in hyperspace.
I'm Graham.
And I am Braden.
How are you, son?
A lot better now than I was last week. For
last week at this time?
Some reasons that have to do with the hat you're wearing.
That's right. Oh, man, what a crazy roller coaster week. There's no need to bury the lead. I mean, we are happy and celebrating the fact that the Dodgers are back-to-back world champs.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
can we...
Pretty legit stuff.
Pretty stressful stuff, honestly.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Especially considering the Dodgers were pretty clearly playing their B game.
They were. But you know what? So, a couple things. When Toronto took 2 of 3 in LA, man, I did not have much hope at that point. So that was concerning. And then on top of that, you're right. We just didn't have the offense, despite good pitching for the most part. So for them to come back and just grind out both those games in Toronto. I mean, they were both just grinds. And then you add that to the 18-inning game. The whole series was so dramatic the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, it's undeniable that the Dodgers have that clutch factor, that when it comes down to it, they can deliver. And there were several moments, especially in Game 7, that were I just couldn't believe it. I was absolutely in awe. I mean, we could talk about a few of those standout players if you'd like.
Well, I mean, Game 7 heroes are pretty clear. It's Yamamoto, it's Rojas, it's Smith.
Yeah,
they really stood out as the heroes, and to me, it was. I don't think that Yama didn't deserve the MVP. I think he did.
He did,
but it was really close to me with Smith because Smith ends the series as a catcher with the most time caught of any catcher in the World Series, and then on top of that, he hit 2 game-winning home runs across 2 different games.
Yeah.
Plus, he had an earlier RBI. I mean, he was
a go-ahead double the game before, right?
Yeah. So he was without doubt the Dodgers' most consistent offensive weapon throughout the series. But man, 3 wins in 7 games from Yamamoto is just crazy,
dude's
including one where he pitched the day before.
Yeah, dude's a machine. I mean, I'll also say that Rojas is probably my MVP. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad Yamamoto got it, and I actually think he should have. Like, I would have practically given it to him, but Rojas is my MVP. I mean, he took us to Game 7, and then he saved us in Game 7 in 2 instances with the clutch home run and then the clutch throw to home. He was on fire. My wife does not like baseball. She thinks it's very boring. Her brother plays baseball. She doesn't even like going to his games because she's so bored. And she was so stressed and anxious the whole game. I was pacing back and forth the entire time, screaming, jumping up and down. My dog was freaking out because he's never seen me like that. It was quite the scene.
I had a very similar experience with my watching party. I mean, it was just like, it doesn't really get any better than this. It was one of the best World Series I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, I get to say that because I'm a Dodger fan. I can imagine that if I was a Blue Jays fan, I'd be saying it's the worst World Series I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
So much respect, though, for the Blue Jays. I have so much respect for the Blue Jays.
They were winning me over. I'm not going to lie. Like, I wanted the Dodgers to win, but the whole time, more and more, I was saying to myself, if the Blue Jays win this, like, hats off to them. They're a great team full of great players.
No doubt.
That you almost want to see win. Like, they're a bunch of stand-up players for sure.
So many of those guys. I mean, for me, pretty much the whole team I respected, with the exception of George the Trash Man Springer.
Yep.
And I got to say, it really bothered me how consistently they kept talking about his 2017 MVP, like the one he cheated to get. What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, but other than Springer, there were so many guys on that team that I was just like, I would fully root for this guy.
Yeah.
This seems like a really cool ball player.
100%.
Really outstanding guy. They all seem to really love the game, and I appreciate that.
I agree. You want to let our audience know what our main topic's going to be today?
Oh yeah, we haven't covered that, have we?
We haven't. We forgot.
We're supposed to do that at the top of the show.
Yeah.
It's even in the script just before banter.
Nobody home tonight.
We have a fun, interesting main topic tonight. I have titled this Movie Lines with Aura. And I'm going to, when we get to the actual main topic, which we're going to do shortly, I'll have Braden explain the rules of our draft for Movie Lines with Aura. But this was your topic, and I think it's a fun one. I had a lot of fun putting my list together. But I also, there were so many great movie lines that after your explanation that I ended up cutting out of my list.
Yeah.
And because I felt like they didn't quite meet the criteria that we were going for. But,
yeah, it's definitely a specific kind of line you're looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to dive into it. But is there anything else you want to cover before we do?
Yeah, I have a little update that I think is worth noting because we've talked about this film a few times, but I was able to get to a theater, a small little art house theater in Long Beach, and see Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein over the weekend.
I'm jealous.
And it was great. It was really good. It's if you can find it in theaters, you should watch it in theaters. But the overwhelming majority of the country is not going to get to do that because this is a Netflix film, and Netflix, to be honest, they're shitty at this. They buy these amazing movies and then they very rarely give us any kind of theatrical release,
which sucks.
It totally sucks. Which is my number one reason for hoping that they do not buy that they don't buy Warner Brothers.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I want more movies in theaters, and I think that Netflix would in all likelihood kill that.
Yeah, they'd
be buying Warner Brothers for the back catalog and not for the future of the studio. Anyway, let's get back to Frankenstein real fast.
Yeah.
I want to wait to do a full review after you've had a chance to see it, but I will say that I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was probably the best adaptation of Mary Shelley's work that I'd seen. I think it's such a great book, and so to have a really good adaptation was great. Some strong performances. Also, potentially some not as strong performances, but the main character of this movie is really the visuals, and Del Toro does not disappoint. He made an absolutely beautiful film.
So it doesn't slog along. It's not a bore, because I've heard some people saying it's quite the bore.
I would say that of my party, I was the one that didn't feel like it was too long, but it's a long book, and it's really clear to me that Del Toro was trying to be incredibly true to the book.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's long. There's no doubt. It's long.
I'm always down
but
for
I
a long
enjoyed every
movie.
minute of it, honestly. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
It only felt like it slogged a couple times, but it was just so dang beautiful. And the visual effects, for the most part, there were a couple instances where the visual effects, I was like, oh, okay. But there were just so many incredible, like really more like, less so the visual effects, but really the art direction is what I would say is what really blew me away.
So thumbs up from you?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Okay.
I think I gave it a 3.5, which is pretty good for me the first time seeing a movie.
Wow. I know. Really bold of you.
I know.
First time 3.5. You might have enjoyed yourself a little.
Yeah. It usually takes me at least one or two viewings before I give it a 3.5.
They said it wasn't possible, but here we are. It only takes one of the great directors of this time.
Yeah. Well,
to pull a 3.5 out of Graham.
Del Toro brings monster movies together better than anybody. I mean, that's his.
Yeah, he's the monster guy.
You know,
he's the monster guy,
and he does a great job.
He has that aesthetic for sure.
Yeah, and somehow he managed to do it without Doug Jones. But other than that, I think this was a really great movie, and yeah, I would recommend it. Check it out. Check it out on the biggest screen you can find.
Awesome. So is that it? Should we dive into our main topic, or is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. Do you have anything to add?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, other than I'll just throw in one update for you, actually.
Okay.
Not that you'll even really care that much, but I started watching an anime called Demon Slayer at the request of a few of my friends separately, and I'm not really big on anime at all.
This is a movie or a series?
It's a series, but a movie just came out. So it's like a movie follow-up.
Yeah.
But it's a series first. And I'm not big on anime. Usually it's not my favorite thing, but I'm almost through the first season, and it's like 26 episodes. So I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things. And so I've become more and more of an anime fan over the years, and so I may have to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be a good idea. Yeah. But I will dive into our main topic, describe what it is a little bit. You coined it, movie lines with aura. You could also say, the hardest movie lines, but it's going to be a draft, and we're going to go back and forth as usual. And we are just going to be reciting our favorite lines of dialogue from movies that we believe are aura-filled or go really hard or super tough. And a few parameters real quick. It doesn't have to just be like a singular sentence. If it's part of a monologue, you can use the monologue. You don't have to use the whole monologue if you don't want to, if it's like a specific part of the monologue. Additionally, if it's part of an exchange, you can provide the context of like what it's in response to if you need to, if you feel like it's necessary. And we're just going to try to move quick.
I feel like the majority of these are going to end up being pretty self-explanatory in terms of the context, but we should still provide a little of that. I will say, if I could throw something out about like putting this list together.
Yeah.
I started putting down so many great lines, and then as we talked more about this, your concept of aura, I started to eliminate a lot that I identified as kind of iconic, but not necessarily meeting the criteria.
An example being?
I'm a big fan of the Coen brothers, and one of my favorites of their films is The Big Lebowski. There's so many great lines that I find iconic, but maybe the most iconic one there is just like "the dude abides." But I don't know that that's necessarily. It has a certain aura to it, but I don't think it's quite what we're going for. So I'm throwing out that I'm not going to be putting that one in my draft.
Okay.
But examples like that.
Okay.
The other thing is interesting is that one film to me stood out as having so many lines that I kept adding and adding and adding.
Yeah, I had two of those. I had two.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty on my list that is like the movie's repeated two times. I had one movie that wrote 6 different lines down from that. All I felt like truly like managed that aura qualification.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same movie for us, because there seems to be, like, when I was trying to come up with this list, there was a specific movie that was almost the inspiration for it. So I'd be curious to see as our lists progress, or maybe at the end we can talk about it. But we're going to each take 15 because we're going to go through them quick. So we're not going to, as I'm told, I like to recap the entire movie generally when I speak about a movie. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry to you, Uncle, and to you, Dad, and and anybody else who might have this issue. But
you're good. It's ironic that we started off as we put this podcast together and we built the format out. I mean, the idea of short, digestible, snackable TikTok clips was something that you were really serious about. But we've also turned into this long form where we're like a minimum episode is an hour. We go an hour and a half all the time. We're so deep in our content. Yeah,
I know. We're just so authentic.
Yeah. What can you do?
We're just being us, I mean, and I'd just like to point out, I mean, for anybody listening, like these conversations that we're having, obviously we have a little bit of a format now, but the reason we're so long-winded is because this is just basically what our conversations in person look like. When we are sitting down together at the kitchen table, this is what we talk about. We used to have long drives together all the time. We would talk for hours and hours about this kind of stuff, so it's just like it feels natural, so it's hard to kind of condense it into something digestible, because we understand each other, and so we understand how to converse with one another, and so I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay.
Much to the chagrin of our loved ones, we're a bit long-winded on these topics.
Yeah. And that's without all the pauses in between everything we're trying to say. Yeah.
All right, what's the order? Is it you or me that goes first?
I can't remember who started first last time. Do you remember?
I think that you might have, but let me just check. I have it right here.
Actually, you did.
I went first last time, so you were up first. Yeah.
Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. I'm gonna take. I feel pretty good about this. Are you gonna be typing them out for us, or?
Yeah, I'll add them to the list as we go. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I actually have my... Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. I'll just let you do it. So, my first pick is going to be a quote from Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. It's part of a long monologue, and I'm just taking the end of it specifically, although the whole thing is really good. I'm taking the end of it specifically, and he says, "The shadows betray you because they belong to me," which is super cool. And then he goes on to say in the same breath, "Ah, yes, I wondered what would break first, your spirit or your body." And obviously the context is he is beating the crap out of Batman, and it's pretty dang menacing. Not to mention right before that, he acknowledged him as Bruce Wayne as well. So it's just a scene that really just tears Batman down and puts Bane all the way on the upper hand.
Yeah. Good call. Bane's got some amazing lines throughout that film and is sort of the standout of what you remember in that movie, I think, for the most part. So it's a great line and definitely full of aura. All right, so I've got 2 then, right?
2 and 3.
All right, I am going to start with a line from Tombstone. I'm going with "I'm your Huckleberry."
Yep.
I love that line, and I think it's one of the most iconic ever. I think. I mean, I just like as soon as you see it, you think of as soon as you see that movie, you just were waiting for that line to come up again.
There's no way you pulled that in round 1. That's on my list. I didn't think it was going to be taken in the first couple minutes of the draft.
Well, I took it strategically because I felt like it's such a good line, and I thought it's so. Again, it's a non-comic book movie, right? And it's a non-superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's not science fiction, so I think that I will probably add more such lines, non-science fiction, non-comic book, non-superhero lines to our list than you will. But I thought this was for sure one that was more in my wheelhouse, but would still be on your list. So I wanted to grab it early before you had a chance to.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I might surprise you. I have plenty of comic book science fiction lines in here, but I have plenty of ones that I think might get the same reaction out of you as when I pulled Amy Dunn out on my villains list, So I think you'll find I have a respectable range, but I will be doing a lot of that other stuff that I like as well. But I am a little annoyed that you took that so quickly. I didn't see it coming so early. And talk about an all-time performance, dude. And I'll just say this: if there's ever been a character with aura, he's up on that Mount Rushmore for sure.
No doubt. Okay, moving on. I'm going to circle back to Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. I'm grabbing "Why So Serious" from The Dark Knight as delivered by the immortal Heath Ledger.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one. I'll be honest, it's not on my list. But
I don't know how. How is that not on your list?
I think... For me, I think it fell a little more into that category of iconic over tough, I think, but I respect it. It was definitely on my list at one point, but I had to make cuts. So
I totally disagree about it only being iconic. It is iconic, yes, but I think it sort of perfectly encapsulates the aura of that performance and of that character. You hear him say it, and it just sends chills down your spine.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like you not having it on your draft list is a mistake, but either way, I'm happy to have grabbed it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be, but I have 4 and 5, right?
You do. You get the next 2.
Okay. Trying to pick around. I want to go in a little bit of a fun order, but I don't want to leave stuff open for you to take.
Yep.
I don't anticipate you taking this one, but I think I want it anyways.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a line from Troy. And a little boy says to Achilles, "I wouldn't want to fight him." And Achilles looks at him stone cold and says, "That's why no one will remember your name." And I think he had no reason to just own that kid so hard and just basically ruin his life right there. I mean, it's just a kid, but I love that line. I think it's super, super tough. And I regularly say that to my friends when they say they're going to go to bed and instead of play video games or something like that,
That's why
just whenever they're doing something outside of what I would like to do, I just let them know that's why no one will remember their name.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that line from Troy.
I did not see a line from Troy coming. That you caught me off guard there. Not a bad line though. A really good line. Don't get me wrong. Just didn't see it coming. It was not on my list.
I think maybe I'll do like a little bounce back and forth between comic book, not comic book, not. I don't know.
Okay.
So I think a line that I'm going to take is going to be from Infinity War. And it's going to be Thanos. And there's a few here, so I'm really trying to decide which one I want to take. And I think the one I want to take is, fun isn't something one considers when balancing the fate of the universe, but this does put a smile on my face.
That's a good line. It's one of my favorites. And you're right about Thanos. Like, he 100% has line after line after line in those two films particularly.
He was dropping straight bars the whole time in that movie and Endgame. I mean, I honestly am thinking that there's not a Thanos line that couldn't be somewhere on this list. Obviously, there are those that are really up there, but almost everything he says is just so well written and so cool.
Yeah, I agree. Really good choice. But you feel like that's the top Thanos choice?
It's hard. On any given day, it could be a different line for me. I think there's at least 3 up there, all that could contend for that number one spot.
I had a different one.
Okay.
That I may decide to come back to it and add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's your turn.
Got the next one.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I took 2. I took 2.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna do Thanos or an Avengers here. This is tough. I think that I'm gonna go with a line from one of my favorite franchises ever, though it is not my favorite of the franchise.
Shit, I know what you're gonna say right now.
One of my favorite lines.
I know what you're gonna say.
The line I'm choosing is "Get away from her, you bitch."
Shit, dude! I knew it. I literally knew you were gonna take that, and I was actually going to grab that on my next time around because I knew you would take it soon. Dang it!
We can't really beat Ellen Ripley and love aliens, so that's my call there. I mean, it's ironic that it is a very James Cameron-esque line, which means there's not a lot of nuance to it, but there's something about the way that she delivers it and in the context and that really brings life to it. There's some equally bad dialogue delivered by some lesser actors throughout Aliens that is iconic in a almost ironic way these days, but that one just hits every time, you know?
There are like certain lines from certain actors where it feels like they were born to say that line.
Yeah.
And like an example would be, and I don't think this really fits in the aura category, so I'll just say it. I think an example would be like when Daniel Radcliffe screams Expecto Patronum. Like, it just hits perfectly. And I think like what you just said, the "Get away from her, you bitch," from Sigourney Weaver it's just perfect. Like, I truly can't imagine anybody ever saying it better.
I can't either, and so that's why I'm glad that it's on my list.
Yep, fair enough.
Okay, I am going to go. The next one I'm going to go with is from The Usual Suspects. I'm taking the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And I love that line. We hear it a couple times in the film. We don't realize how much aura it really has the first time you hear it, but when they circle back, yeah. I almost went with that and like that. It's gone.
Yeah.
But I just love that whole ending sequence of that film just gives me chills every time I watch it. So
yeah. Definitely fair. Definitely a good one. I have to respect it. Unfortunately. Okay. It's my turn, right?
You're up 2 times. 2 times through.
All right, I'm going to step away from the comic book genre again here. And I'm going to take a line from The Princess Bride.
Oh.
And I think you could go 2 ways with this one. The one that I'm going to be taking is when Inigo Montoya says, "Offer me money. Offer me power." And he responds, "Yes, anything." And he goes, "I want my father back, you son of a bitch." And then he kills him. And obviously this is preceded by a lot of almost psychological torment as he's chasing this man down. And there's maybe even a slightly more famous line from the movie, but this one always, to me, well, there are lots of famous lines from the movie, but I mean from this character, but this line to me just always hits me right in the gut. I feel it. It's far and away my favorite moment from the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. And a film filled with some really great moments and some amazing lines, as you point out. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take it now because I don't feel like we should have two Inigo lines. But I mean, I can't believe you didn't take it in the other direction and go, my name is Inigo Montoya and you killed my father, prepare to die.
I know,
because to me that's the line that is just so perfect in that film. But I do really like that moment as well. So I didn't see it coming, but I have it good.
It's just cool to me.
The other line was on my list.
It's just cool to me because in that moment I feel like he's really he's radiating, like there's nothing you can give me except your death at this point. I don't want money. Yep. I don't want power. Yep. Yep. I just want you dead.
Right.
And so I really love that.
You took from me something that I can never have back.
Yes.
And the loss of that has defined me.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally get it. It's a really, really good choice.
And next, I'm going to be taking a line from The Matrix. Mm-hmm. And again, there are lots of lines you could pull from this movie. And the line I'm choosing is going to be Morpheus's response to Neo saying, "Are you telling me that I can dodge bullets?" And he says, "I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to." And I think that line gives me chills every time. And I know this is one of the cases now where it's a line from somebody about somebody else, but I don't think that means that it can't have aura, right? Like, so somebody can be talking about somebody else or speaking to somebody else, and it can be super tough. And so for me, I think that's one of the coolest lines from that movie for sure.
A response to a very classically delivered Keanu lines is like, telling me I can dodge bullets.
Yeah.
Like the way he emphasizes that lines is absolutely hilarious. But I love it so much.
I know.
Yeah.
In
and it breathes
Keanu
like,
fashion.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Are you pissed off, John? Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
Man, you bring that up and it reminds me, I really desperately need to go and see. I want to see that Matrix.
I know you keep talking
Matrix
about
experience, and I just haven't been.
How much longer is it around? Could we maybe do it over Christmas?
We might be able to. I thought it was out actually because they announced a new movie that they're showing now too. So they're showing the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I can't remember. Yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The one with Gene Wilder.
Okay.
That's Charlie, right? I get him confused.
Yeah, that's Charlie.
So they're showing that, and they're doing something really similar. But then I noticed on their website they're still doing showings of the Matrix experience. So I definitely want to figure out how to get down there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, they showed every one of the World Series games there. And
really?
I kept seeing clips of Dodger fans because this one's in LA, and just going crazy, especially in the games in Toronto. I can only imagine how cool it would have been to watch it there. So,
yeah.
Okay.
You're up.
That was both of yours. Yes. Okay. Really good one. I'm going to go with one that I kind of don't think that you are going to take, but I really love this line, and I feel like there is no. I don't know if there's going to be a line on this list that has quite so much aura. It's a bit of a long line. This is a line delivered by Rorschach from The Watchmen. Or from Watchmen.
I have one of his lines on my list, so if it's this one, I'll be upset.
Well, so I have, yeah, okay. Well, I may have given the other one up to you accidentally, but this one is the one that ends, and I'll look down and whisper no. And it starts up where he says, like, the accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam about their waists, and all of the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us." And I will look down and whisper, no.
Yeah.
And it's so brutal. And it just completely tells you who this person is. It's just like, he has so much disdain for human frailty, so much disdain for what he really sees, I would say, as sin, right? I mean, I think more than any other superhero or character in comic books, however you want to view Rorschach, like, I think he really sees evil. He really sees evil in a biblical way.
Yeah.
And wants to eradicate it in any, regardless of what it takes. So I just think it is such a vicious line, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good pick. You got another one?
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh man, this one's tough. I'm gonna go with a line from The Empire Strikes Back. I feel like there's no more W aura around than simply, I know.
Yeah.
That's my line.
Yeah.
I love you. I know.
I know. Yeah, I think there's a few Star Wars lines that could work, and I have one other on my list. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely up there for the competition between all the best Star Wars lines,
I mean, is there anything that tells us anything more that we need to know about Han Solo as a character than just that reaction in that moment?
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's a good pick. It's a really good pick. So I applaud you, but I think I'm still ahead.
Okay. I mean, I just want to remind you have a line from Troy, but otherwise, yeah, okay.
I didn't say that the lines had to be from 10 out of 10 movies. I just said the lines have to be really good themselves. Oh, man, whatever, dude. I mean, you have a line from the movie Watchmen, which a lot of people would have is significantly worse than Troy.
Oh, definitely not. That's an insane take.
I mean, I'm not with those people, but I'm just saying.
That's an insane take. All right. I just did 10 and 11. You are up with 12 and 13.
Okay. I'm trying to play it safe here. I'm trying to save some for later without you hopefully taking them. But, okay. We talked about just a moment ago, really short and sweet 2-word line, right?
Yeah, okay.
I'll do you one better, and I'll give you one word.
A 1-word line?
Yep. And this is going to be from Dune 2.
Ah.
And this is when Paul Atreides and Fade Rafa are about to fight. Everybody's in this area, right? And they're speaking to him, and Paul is going off. He's fully now the Lisa Nagaib, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the mother, who uses the voice, she's like basically the witch. Like, if you haven't seen Dune 2, he's always struggled with this voice, but the Bene Gesserit, they do it, and that's where you learn it from. And the mother arguably does it the strongest. And she says to him, "Consider what you're about to do, Paul." And he cuts her off and he screams, "Silence!" And he uses the voice for like, not the first time, but like the first time that powerfully. And she literally like buckles under the weight of the silence, the command that he just gave her. And I think it's a chill-inducing moment. It's not necessarily heroic because we almost don't know where Paul's at this point, but it is without a doubt seeping with aura.
God, I love that movie so much. It's one of my favorite movies of the last decade. The two of them together, actually. They're both just so damn good.
Yeah, I need to do my yearly rewatch. I think that's pretty crucial. And you know what? It kind of
stinks because it feels like we ought to have one this Christmas and we don't.
I know. Next year. Next
year.
And it's going to be a good one, I think. But you know what?
We're getting an Avatar movie, so really
can't be too mad. And a Doomsday trailer.
That's right, a Doomsday trailer.
Oh, even better.
All right, good choice. I like that Dune 2 made our list.
You know what? And while I'm at it, I think I'm going to take, just for the novelty of it, another 1-word line.
Oh, okay.
And this is from a movie that you don't find particularly good in a franchise that you do think is pretty good. And it's a line from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And what happens is Draco Malfoy is about to smack Caesar, and he catches his hand, and he says, "Get your filthy hands off me, you damn ape," or whatever he says. And it zooms in on Caesar's face, and for the first time he goes, "No!" And everybody all the apes just stop. Draco just about craps his pants. It's just this, every time I see this line in what is an otherwise decent or okay movie, this line gives me chills every time. It's my wife's favorite, maybe my wife's favorite moment in the whole series. I think it's pretty incredible that you can take just something as simple as the word no and make it so impactful.
Yeah. The most interesting thing about this to me is that you're talking about Draco Malfoy. I didn't even remember that he was in this movie.
Yeah. Because he just plays a good, unlikable person, you know?
Well, he's pretty good at that, right?
But he's essentially the caretaker of the apes, you know, but he's the bully one. He zaps them because he finds pleasure in it, you know.
Tom Felton. Yeah, I'd totally forgotten that he was in this movie. So first of all, agreed. This is probably, I think, my least favorite of the franchise.
Yeah.
If you don't count Planet of the Apes.
Right, I'm talking about the trilogy.
See that as separate.
Trilogy.
Yeah. But this is also a really good movie. Okay, so no is the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of aura packed into two one-word lines that you just put together for us there.
Yeah, I mean, less is more sometimes.
Okay.
Mind you, I have like a whole 2-minute monologue later, so.
A 2-minute monologue about, that's what you're going to choose?
Maybe.
Okay. My turn, 14. I'm going to go with, oh gosh. This is getting a little tough, and we're not even quite at the halfway point.
Yeah. I got plenty left in the chamber, so I'm feeling good.
I do too, but I feel like some of the ones that really stood out to me are I've already put on the board. All right, I'm going to go with a line from No Country for Old Men.
Mm-hmm. I know.
What's the most you ever lost in a coin toss? Is the line. And of course, it doesn't sound very good at all when I deliver it, but
watch the movie.
Yeah, when Javier Bardem delivers that line, you just feel so scared,
like you're about to lose everything.
Yeah,
in a coin toss.
Yeah. So
good choice.
I like that one. I'm gonna go next with I'm gonna stick with non superhero, non science fiction here. I'm gonna go with a line from Silence of the Lambs. I'm gonna go with quid pro quo, Clarice. I really love this line, and again, you know, when he's delivering it, Anthony Hopkins' portrayal of Hannibal Lecter, when he delivers that line, quid pro quo, I can't even say the Latin right now, quid pro quo, Clarice. You know he's 100 steps ahead of her and the audience and everybody, and you're scared to death to know what he is up to. Why does he want to know this information about her? And it's somehow creepier than so many of the other much more overtly creepy things that he delivers. So
yeah, fair enough. Good options. Okay, I'm up.
16.
I think I'm gonna actually take a line from a movie that you've already talked about, but I want a different line.
Oh, okay.
And that's gonna be Tombstone again. And of course, the I'm Your Huckleberry, iconic. And there are lots of Doc Holliday lines that could be on this list if we're being honest.
Yep.
Would I be safe in assuming that you're not going to grab another Doc Holliday line if I take a second one?
Oh, yeah, I'm not. I'm trying to spread it out. So I'm actually purposely trying to not take even two from the same movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be afraid to take a second line from a movie or a character if you got that character before me. But I'm not going to double up too much myself. But I mean, there's obvious. This isn't the line I chose. There's obviously I'm in my prime. That's a great line.
That's a good one.
It's a really good one. But I think the line I'm gonna choose is when him and his name's Johnny Ringo, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Johnny Ringo come face to face and Doc Holliday says, "What was that you were saying about playing for blood?" And Johnny Ringo says, "I was only joking." And Doc Holliday says, "I wasn't." And I think, again, short, simple, the "I wasn't" just tells you everything you need to know. Johnny Ringo's going to die right now. and Doc Holliday's been waiting a long time to do it. And I think it's super, super tough.
It's just it goes so far to show the depth of that performance that he can have a line like "I'm your Huckleberry," which is pretty meaty. It's funky. It's a little weird. The first time you hear it, you're like,
if you just heard about? Like if you just said that line,
it'd be ridiculous.
Like, what the hell? But you see it in the context of the movie.
Yeah, but it's quick. But then something as simple as "I wasn't," like the way he delivers that too. It's a simple, very basic line, and yet, it tells you so much about that character and the situation, and it's great.
Yeah,
one of the best performances ever. I just love that performance so much.
I agree. It's genuinely one of my favorite performances of all time. And I'll actually throw out one more quick line from that movie. I'm not taking it,
okay,
but just while we're on the topic of it, there's another line in the movie where he's like on the verge of death. He's fighting for his friends or whatever. And he says to the guy, or the guy's like, "What are you doing? Like, you're going to get yourself killed." And he's like, "They're my friends." And he's like, "Hell, I got lots of friends." And he says, "I don't." Like, It's just another sick line. Like, he's out there with, tuberculosis, and he's dying. And he looks like shit. Like, he looks like he could drop dead at any moment, but he's out there because he's that guy, He's super awesome.
That friendship means that much to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. All right. You have 17.
I'm happy with it. I'm going to take a line in 17 from Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
Spoken by the Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Ulysses Claw calls in public. He screams for mercy, mercy, mercy. And T'Challa says, "Every breath you take is mercy from me."
That's a good line. Yeah.
Yeah. So good it got a chuckle out of you in like awe of the line.
Yeah, it does. I thought you were going to go with another line, honestly, and then when you said this one, it actually dawned on me that I had forgotten about this line, and I shouldn't have. It's such a good.
It's really.
It's such a good line. Yeah.
Yeah. Super good.
Man, do I miss Boseman? He was such a.
I know we talk about this kind of often. Like anytime he comes up, it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreak.
It's such a heartbreaker. Okay. Two good choices. Okay, now do I circle back to superheroes or comic books just to make sure that you don't get some of these?
Oh, because I'm gonna get them, dude.
Or do I stick with what's more true to me and go with some classics? Because I've got a few classics on here that I really am convinced you aren't gonna. So I think I'm gonna hold off on those because I don't think you're gonna come. I don't think you're gonna go after some of these. Okay. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with "I Can Do This All Day" from Captain America. We'll just go with Captain America. I think this line, when we first hear it, it's a little kitschy. By the time we hear it in Endgame, it's just like, it is just the best possible line you could hear. I think it rivals a few other really great lines in some of those end scenes, but I just love hearing him say it. "I can do this whole day."
Yeah, I mean, I love how they took what was never actually a tagline or saying from Captain America and turned it into his saying. Like, it's his equivalent of "flame
motto,"
on,
basically, right?
Like, yeah, it's his clobbering time. I could do this all day, and and I love that they did that. And I mean, credit to the first movie, but I would also say that it was definitely the Russos who really loved that line and brought it back and really made it a thing, right? Because it happened in the first movie, but then they brought it back for Civil War and Endgame. So they were definitely saying this is a Captain America defining line. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that one. And I kind of feel like there's a chance you might have wanted it. So
yeah, I did. I definitely wanted it.
All right. My next line is going to be, I'm going to move away. I'm going to go into sort of my independent cinema roots. And I'm going to pick a line from Reservoir Dogs. Are you going to bark all day, little doggy? Or are you going to bite? It's delivered by Mr. Blonde. And it's just sort of, I don't know. It to me, it really encompasses the whole movie and just that attitude and I don't know, that schoolyard / prison yard mentality of like I'm gonna just try and be the toughest guy here and never back down, even if it kills me.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Got to give it to you. I'm a little annoyed.
About which one?
Well, actually, they're both good, of course. I'm more annoyed about the first one because it was on my list. The second one wasn't on my list, but I'm annoyed that it's good. You know, it's a good line. Yeah. I got to give it to you.
I gotta be honest though too. Like, I don't really feel like Michael Madsen is known for his iconic line delivery. Typically, you know, like there's so many instances, and I honestly feel, my opinion, I feel like Tarantino overused him. I think he really liked him a lot, and there were times when he continued to bring him back, even though Madsen didn't seem to be in any fit state to actually even deliver some of the lines. But there's just something about that particular performance. You watch him in Reservoir Dogs, and you compare it to just about anything else he's ever been in, and there's a massive difference between how he delivers that part. I mean, he's scary as hell in that.
Yeah, it's a great choice. Okay. You know, I'm going to, while I'm at it, because this is kind of fun, I don't mind going back to where you were, I'm going to take another Captain America line.
Okay.
One that isn't, as maybe repeated, but I think it's super tough, and that's going to be from the Winter Soldier when he says in the elevator, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?" I think it's just super awesome, especially with the context of the fact that he's letting them know that he's in on it now. Like, he gets what's about to happen, and he's giving them one last chance.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's
that is
one of my favorite lines.
Without doubt, the best line. Yeah, it's the best line in that film, and in a really good Marvel movie.
And fun fact, the first scene they shot on that movie, by the way, I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't. Yeah. It took me a while to really kind of get on board with Winter Soldier. I don't know why. I think I was never a big fan of the. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It'll piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You should keep that crap to yourself.
You consistently told me over and over again.
I don't associate with him.
Iconic. I think it was Civil War that made me have to go back and rewatch Winter Soldier, and then finally start to appreciate Winter Soldier for what it was.
It's a really, really good rewatch, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. It's one of the most easily rewatchable Marvel films without feeling like you need to have seen everything to appreciate or understand it. But while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and take a line having to do with another Avenger, because I think Marvel's a really great source for these kinds of lines. I'm going to take a line from Thor Ragnarok. It's actually kind of an exchange, and it's towards the end of the movie when Thor's beat down and he's honestly about to be killed by Hela, and he has this vision of his dad, who has passed at this point. They have a long exchange, but by the end of it, Thor, very out of breath, beaten down, says, "I'm not as strong as you." And his dad turns around and says, "No, you're stronger." And then the music crescendos, and Thor's eyes light up, and a lightning bolt as big as you've ever freaking seen in your life thunders down and strikes Hela in the back. And it's one of my favorite and most chill-inducing scenes from that movie, and it's a large part of it is because of that line.
I'm gonna not go back to that film for any of my picks, but I actually prefer the line just like two before it, where he says, "Are you Thor, god of hammers?" Something along those lines, right?
Yeah, but I feel like that plays more as kind of like a chuckle. than like
I love it so much.
It is good. The whole
it may
exchange,
not be tough, I guess, but yeah,
the whole exchange is one of my favorite scenes in the MCU. I think it's really important to the character.
Yeah. Well, I have a line from Ragnarok on my list, which I know does not really qualify for the Aura prize, but I couldn't take it off. Even as I went through and edited down my list, I just couldn't seem to take this line off my list because I just love it so much, even though I know it doesn't really work, so I'm not going to draft it, but I love so much. We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Yeah.
And
no aura, but it's iconic.
I just love that line. Well, I mean, it's kind of Thor's aura, but it's just, at least from that movie, but it's definitely not menacing in any way or fear-inducing.
No.
All right, we're at 21 so far, so I'm ready for the 22nd and 23rd pick. I am going to go with a line from. I'm going to go with a line from Die Hard. And earmuffs, everybody. I'm going to go with Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I just love that line, and tis the season. We're almost to Die Hard season. We've been waiting
pretty soon.
We've been waiting several months. It's almost Die Hard season. So everybody, I hope you're feeling festive like I am.
Yeah. Good pick.
Yeah. So that's my pick for there. And I'm going to go my next pick. I'm going to go with, tricky. I think I'm going to go with a line from Inglourious Bastards where our villain tells us, I love rumors. Facts can be so misleading. Where rumors, true or false, are often revealing. And I can understand why you might feel like this is not an aura line, but I think it really tells us who this person is. And he says it with such a deviousness. He just, I love rumors, and so I love that line because it tells us what we're going to be up against with this character.
It's good picks. Good picks. I'll give it to you. All right. For my next pick, I'm going to be taking a line from Star Wars, Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And I know you took one earlier, but I like this one a lot. And this one has always been one of those that it feels like there's a real weight behind it for me. And it's when Luke says, in response to Palpatine, he says, I am a Jedi like my father before me. I think he says a lot with that really simple sentence about who he is and why he's doing what he's doing, and also who he believes his father to be. And so I think that's one of my favorite Star Wars lines, period. And I think it is. I think it's super tough.
Yeah. Just to be clear, though, you said that was from Empire Strikes Back. It's not from Empire Strikes Back.
No, I said Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I thought you said Empire Strikes Back. Okay. My mistake if I misheard you.
No, it's from Return. Because he says it to Palpatine. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I know what movie it's from. I just thought you said something else.
Next, I'm going to be taking a line from Logan. I think it'd be an incomplete list if we didn't have a Wolverine line somewhere on here.
There's some great lines in Logan.
And I think this just perfectly captures the essence of Logan. And the line is, nature made me a freak, man made me a weapon, and God made it last too long.
Man made me a weapon. Yeah, man.
Nature made me a freak. I'm
trying to write these down.
Man made me a weapon, and God made it last too long.
I'm realizing that me typing the lines out is making for super riveting podcasting. To keep our list.
Just type like the first 3 words of it if you have to. I mean, we know what it's going to be.
We go back to do a recap. I want to make sure that we.
I know what they are.
We have it. Okay, good choices. I had a different one from Logan, but I'm not gonna. I don't think I'll pull it out right now. We are down to 5 left, right? Yeah,
5
left between the two of us. So I've got 3 and you have 2, right?
Yep. And then I've got plenty of honorable mentions I want to run through real quick, but I won't add any context to those.
Okay. Dang. Okay. Now I'm starting to risk repeating films, and I kind of want to avoid that.
Just do it. Come on.
No. I'm not done. I'm good. I'm going to go with a line. From A Few Good Men. It's just simply, it's both iconic, but I think it's loaded with aura. You Can't Handle the Truth. Is my choice there. Jessup is on screen. Jack Nicholson as Jessup is on screen for like a grand total of 20 minutes in that whole movie, and yet he's all you remember. And his performance is completely it completely dominates the entire film, and I love it. And the exchange between he and Cruise is so good back and forth, and he has some amazing lines. Am I clear and all, etc. He's just so good at that. But I just really like the classic. It's both iconic and I think it's aura filled. You Can't Handle the Truth from A Few Good Men.
All right, fair enough.
Next, I'm gonna go with a line that I don't think that you may not know the context of it. You may know the line, but I don't know if you know the context of it. We're getting late enough that I feel like I want to add this and make sure it's in, and I'm going to make sure that you do know the context after this week. But I'm going to go with a line from Glengarry Glen Ross, and the line is simply, "Coffee is for closers." Okay. Now, you have not seen this film, right?
No, I haven't.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about it, but you're gonna watch it this week, and and you'll get the context of this line. But any of our listeners who have seen Glengarry Glen Ross, either the movie or just the movie, not the play. It's not in the play, actually, but we'll know how cool and aura filled this line is.
Okay. Okay, well, I have 2 picks left for my whole list. I am going to do a little bit of a callback here to a previous and recent episode, and I'm going to be taking a line from the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and that's going to be Jack's response to, "You've got to be the worst pirate I've ever heard of." And he says, "Ah, but you have heard of me." And that just about shut Norrington up, because he got him. He just got him, and he got. It's a great line, and really just, mind you, this is a pretty close to your introduction to Jack Sparrow, so it's just telling you a lot about who he is, and I think it's a really, really good line.
Yep, excellent line. I mean, we talked about it a few weeks ago that whole exchange and the callback 10, 15 minutes later to the line that precedes it is just my favorite part in the whole film.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm going to take a line that I don't think is anywhere near your list.
This is your last choice, though. You have no. I mean, this is your last pick. So
yeah, I've pretty much got repeats everywhere.
Yeah,
but I just feel like some people around my age will appreciate this line. I think a lot of people really love this line, and the rest will be mentioned on my honorable mentions. So this one is going to be a line from Ultron. In Age of Ultron, who has some surprisingly really good lines. And it's a bit of an exchange, but he says, "The human race will have every opportunity to improve." Wanda asks, "And if they don't?" And he replies, "Ask Noah." And
yeah,
I think I think it's pretty dang tough.
That is interesting. Yes. Spader has some great lines in that film. That's a really good one.
It is a good one.
All right. Well,
glad you're on board.
So I was going to take an Age of Ultron as my last pick, but now I'm not going to.
Just do it. It's fine.
No. I'm not going to anymore. Mine was not an Ultron line. It was from Hawkeye, and it was you step outside that door, you're an Avenger.
Yeah. Super good.
And I love that line so much.
Arguably the best moment from the movie.
Yeah. Okay. This is a tough one. The part of me wants to go back to Empire because there's so many great iconic lines there. Part of me wants to go back to The Dark Knight. Loaded. This is the last choice, so I don't mind saying that the movie I was talking about was The Dark Knight.
Okay.
I had so many lines in The Dark Knight. I'm looking at 3 or 4 more here that I didn't pick, and I picked one really early on from the Joker. But I think I'm gonna go with
Today, Junior.
I just had it. Yes, I'm gonna go with a line from The Godfather Part 2, one of my all-time favorite films, and that line is "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer."
Iconic.
Yeah, just love that line so much, and I think it really captures everything when you start thinking about the sort of the Tao of Corleone and his philosophies and those of his father Vito's. This really. It sounds so simple, and yet exactly what that means.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good pick. And good list overall, honestly. I think you got a lot of good picks. I think my list is clearly better. I think, and I'll be honest, you've won a few of these. I would even say you've won more of these, but I think this is a clear victory for Braden. The son and the father-son equation. So, but I'll tell you did good. You did good.
All right.
For an old guy.
I appreciate that. I think when we do the recap of the full 30, we should swap out and say our own. That way, we have a little bit.
As long as we
more,
go
dynamism,
Yeah, and we don't even have to. We'll jump into that in a minute, but let's run through some. I'm going to run through some honorable mentions, and then you can do the same if you want. I'm literally just going to run through them quick, and if there's one that really stands out to you, give it like a little reaction or say something. But
yeah. Absolutely.
My 2 films, by the way, that I had a lot of lines from were Infinity War and Dark Knight Rises, actually.
Interesting.
And so I'm gonna run through them right now, starting with
your honorable mentions.
Okay. Honorable mentions, and there's a few, just so you know. So, but I'll move quick.
Try and keep it to like 10.
I'm saying all of them.
In the interest of time.
No, I'm saying all of them. It's fun.
Didn't you tell me you put like 58? 60 something
I deleted. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm going to run quick. Maybe just don't interrupt me. How about that? All right. I have You Could Not Live with Your Own Failure. Where did that bring you? Back to Me from Thanos. Yeah. Another Thanos line is Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives, all the same, and now it's here. Or should I say, I am. Awesome. 2 more Thanos lines quickly are All That for a Drop of Blood and I Don't Even Know Who You Are. Super good.
Can I just say that right there with I Don't Even Know Who You Are, that is the first line you've pulled that was on my list.
Okay.
That's how separate it is. The whole time. I don't know how many I pulled directly from your list.
Not too many. A few, but not too many.
That's the first one that I'm now striking out that you pulled that I had on my list. I almost put that one in there too.
Let's see if I find any more.
My favorite. That's my favorite of his lines.
Yeah, let's see if I find any more. I have a line from Bane when he just puts his hand on the guy's shoulder. He says, "Do you feel in charge?" Very good line.
It's a great line.
It's so good. A Rorschach line. None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Yep, that was on my list.
We have Batman responding to, I swear to God, he says, swear to me.
That's a good one.
Another Batman line, he says to Superman, you were never a god. You were never even a man. Super good.
That's a good one.
Another Black Panther line talking about Captain America. He says, engage all defenses, man the perimeter, and get this man a shield. Super good. Green Goblin says, strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it, as he body slams Spider-Man through the floor.
Yeah.
Thor saying, let's kill him properly this time before they face Thanos again.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Koba from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes says, Caesar weak, and Caesar replies, Koba weaker. Very good line.
Mm-hmm.
The Hulk saying, that's my secret cap. I'm always angry.
Good one.
Then I have the line from honestly, it could be the whole opening monologue from the Batman, but I'll just stick to they think I'm hiding in the shadows, but I am the shadows. The last line of the monologue, but the whole monologue is so good. Those were all lines that I was very close to using. Here are the lines that I had on the list in case you pulled too many of mine and I wanted to dive into. And
so these are the honorable mentions of the honorable mentions.
The honorable mentions, yes. We have another Bane line where he says, "Peace has cost you your strength. Victory has defeated you." He says to Batman. We have the iconic, and I'm surprised it didn't make your list, honestly. "If he dies, he dies." Super good.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. That's a good. Was that on your list or did you forget?
It wasn't on my list, but it really should have been.
Yeah, dude. I thought for sure you were going to take it.
I don't know how I didn't get to the Rocky franchise.
Yeah, I know. Then I have a line from 300. It's not.
Although I would have gone with, "I must break you." Or,
If he dies, he dies.
That's so good.
I have a line from 300 where the enemy says, "Our arrows will blot out the sun," and Michael Fassbender's character responds, "Then we will fight in the shade."
That's a good line.
Super good. I already mentioned a nonsense. I'm in my prime. Another Batman line, "Tell me, do you bleed?" A Denzel line from Man on Fire, "Forgiveness is between them and God. I'm just here to arrange the meeting." That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mentioned one earlier that was on my list. Is John Wick line. He says, "Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back." Good stuff. I could do this all day. I am Iron Man, obviously. I
had that one on my list too, but that one didn't make our list.
It didn't make our list. My wife will be really upset. Well. Yeah. I have a line from Rango where one of the townspeople shouts at Rattlesnake Jake, "Go to hell!" And he says, "Where do you think I came from?" Good line.
I was just talking to somebody about Rango the other day, and just
underrated,
underappreciated.
Oh my gosh, really that's one of my favorite movies. It's so good.
I love that movie.
Here's a line that I wanted to put on there just to kind of like make you proud of me, and it's the response in the town when Ben Affleck says something along the lines of, "I need your help. Can't ask me about it. Can't ask me about it later, but we're going to hurt some people." And Jeremy Renner responds, "Whose car are we taking?"
Whose car are we taking?
Yeah.
Great line.
Really good.
I definitely would have been proud.
Another line from Dune 2 when they say, "May thy knife chip and shatter," I think is super cool. I'm almost done here. Another line, I should have looked at these honestly. Another line that I took is from The Social Network. And Andrew Garfield's character says, "I like standing next to you, Sean. It makes me look so tough." I love that scene, that moment.
I got to say, I like some of your honorables more than
that's
some
fine.
of the ones that made the list.
That's fine. Indiana Jones saying, "It's not the years, honey, it's the mileage." That's a good line. The whole speech from Braveheart, I won't even say it, but the whole speech is super good. And then,
which speech are we talking about? The before the battle, right?
"Fight and you may die, run and you'll live."
Yep.
At least a while, so on and so on. Last two, Avatar 2. The Colonel says to Jake, he says, basically as Jake is trying to leave with his family, he's like, I'll never stop hunting you down. I'm coming for you and your whole family. And Jake turns around and looks at him, and the music stops for a moment as he's like deciding what to do, and he says, "Then let's get it done." And just runs at him to handle the business. Super simple, even kind of cheesy, but I just really like it. I think it's a great moment.
Very classically cheesy James Cameron line.
Yeah. And lastly, one more Hulk line that I honestly thought of it during our draft. And I think it's pretty cool. And he's actually Bruce when he says it, and he says to the Scarlet Witch, he says, "I could choke the life out of you and never change a shade." It's a good one. Those are my honorable mentions. I'm sure you have a few.
All right. I'll run through. I'll keep mine brief. From Apocalypse Now, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. I love that line. I love that whole scene and the character as this colonel who wants to surf and seems not even remotely fazed by all the carnage and bombs and everything going on around him. Just really wants to get into the waves. Let's see. From Batman Begins, "Why do we fall, Bruce? So we learn to pick ourselves back up."
Yep.
I love that line. Again, going classic Dirty Harry, go ahead, make my day.
Yep.
Is a really great line. Or for that matter, also from one of the Dirty Harry movies, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, do you? And then Empire Strikes Back. This is the one I almost took, but it's my favorite line from Darth from that particular film, where he says, "I find your lack of faith disturbing."
Yep.
I think there's so much in there that it talks about what we do in life echoes in eternity from Gladiator.
But not his speech, huh? Not my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
No, I like that too. But it just felt like this was so concise that I feel like it captured it right. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse from The Godfather.
Okay.
Again, tells you so much. It's so simple, and outside of the context, it means very little. But within the context, that blood is coming.
Yeah.
And if I went like super old school, Gone with the Wind, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
is such an amazing classic line delivered by Rhett Butler, the character Rhett Butler. Goodfellas. You think I'm funny? Funny how? The whole conversation between Pesci's character and Ray Liotta's character in Goodfellas. I had another Inglourious Bastards one in here. Ooh, that's a bingo. When he's such a weird guy that you're scared to death of at the same time.
Killing Nazis.
There's a great line. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't put any of the Brad Pitt lines,
but there's
on
some
my
good
list,
ones.
But there's so many good ones that could have been there. There's a movie called Network. Have you ever seen the movie Network or heard of the movie Network?
No, I'll go back.
Okay. There's a really great line from that's sort of iconic, but also full of aura, where this newscaster basically kind of just goes off the rails during a live broadcast, and he just shouts out, "I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore," as part of the whole thing. So I love that one.
Real quick, to go back to Inglourious Bastards, I think another missing line from that is the last line of the movie, where Brad Pitt, he carves the swastika into his. I think this just might be my masterpiece.
Yeah. Almost made my list, yeah. I Don't Want to Kill You, What Would I Do Without You from The Dark Knight.
Yeah, super good.
And then another from The Dark Knight, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. I love that line so much.
Nolan said that line keeps him up at night because he didn't write it, and it's so iconic.
Yeah. All right, I've just got two more that I'll throw out there. I'll skip a few of these, but in the interest of time, Having an Old Friend for Dinner from Silence of the Lambs was my other choice there. And then lastly, my end game line, I went for the head.
Yeah. Super good.
I love that line.
Yeah.
So anyway, those were my honorables. Should we run through and just do a quick piggyback, rather a tag team back and forth on this list?
What a great list where we just dropped 30 and then at least another 30 in honorable mentions,
Probably. So, some amazing lines, and I'm sure we missed a million more. There's so many great opportunities.
I'm sure people are going to be pissed that we didn't mention the 10 best lines in cinema history, so. Yeah, so let's just run through it.
Off?
Yeah, I'll just preface it with what we're going to do, and then we'll just each say the line. We don't need to say the number or anything like that. We'll just bounce back and forth.
Great.
But this is our draft for the hardest movie lines in history, also known as aura-filled lines. I start us off with Bane saying, "The shadows betray you because they belong to me."
I took Doc Holliday's iconic "I'm Your Huckleberry" from Tombstone, and then I followed it up with Joker's "Why So Serious" from The Dark Knight.
I took "That's Why No One Will Remember Your Name" from Troy. And then I took "Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face" from Thanos.
My next pick was from Aliens. Sigourney Weaver shouts out, "Get away from her, you bitch." And God, did it work. My next line was, "The greatest trick that ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist" from The Usual Suspects.
I took a line from The Princess Bride. He says, "Offer me money, offer me power. I want my father back, you son of a bitch." And then I took a line from The Matrix when Neo says, "Are you saying I could dodge bullets?" Morpheus responds, "I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to."
Rorschach delivers this great line from The Watchmen: "The accumulated filth of their sex and murder will foam up about their waists, and all of the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us," and I will look down and whisper, "No." And then my next line was from The Empire Strikes Back, the exchange, Princess Leia tells Han, "I love you," and he simply replies, "I know."
I then took a line from Dune 2 when Paul Atreides shuts up the Bene Gesserit by shouting, "Silence!" Really, really good. Then I took another one-word line from Rise of the Planet of the Apes when Caesar for the first time shouts, "No."
My next pick was, what's the most you've ever lost on a coin toss, from No Country for Old Men? And then I took Quid Pro Quo, Clarice, from The Silence of the Lambs.
I took a line from Tombstone when Doc Holliday says, "What was that you were saying about playing for blood?" Johnny Ringo replies, "I was only joking." Doc Holliday says, "I wasn't." Then I took a line from Black Panther where he says, "Every breath you take is mercy from me."
I Can Do This All Day from Captain America was my next pick. And then Are You Gonna Bark All Day, Little Doggy? Or Are You Gonna Bite? Mr. Blonde, Reservoir Dogs.
Then I took a cap line and I said, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?" And then I went ahead and took a line from Thor Ragnarok where Thor says, "I'm not as strong as you," to his father, and his father replies, "No, you're stronger."
From Die Hard, I've got the iconic Christmas line, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." And then from Inglourious Bastards, "I love rumors. Facts can be so misleading, where rumors, true or false, are often revealing."
My next line was from Star Wars, and I took, I am a Jedi like my father before me. I am a father like my Jedi before me."
Yeah, that wouldn't have hit quite as hard.
No. I am a Jedi like my father before me. Then I took a line from Logan. "Nature made me a freak, man made me a weapon, and God made it last too long."
Colonel Jessup's iconic line from A Few Good Men was my next choice, "You can't handle the truth." And then I took from Glenn Ross a line written specifically for the movie, "Coffee is for closers."
Then I took the line in Pirates of the Caribbean where Norrington says, "You've got to be the worst pirate I've ever heard of," and Jack responds, "Ah, but you have heard of me." And then I went ahead and took a line from Age of Ultron where Ultron says, "Humanity will have every chance to improve." Wanda asks, "And if they don't?" And he replies, "Ask Noah."
And to round out our list, number 30, "Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer." Michael Corleone's iconic line from Godfather 2.
Boom.
Pretty good list.
Great list, honestly. It was a really fun episode, too. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I still think I got the better list, honestly, but
okay.
We can dive into homework.
Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah, let's dive into homework. So last week I gave you Steve Jobs, directed by Danny Boyle.
Yeah, I'll just start off by saying I did enjoy it. I wasn't blown away. I knew I was going to like it, and I think I liked it about as much as I expected to like it, because I like Michael Fassbender and I like Danny Boyle.
Yeah.
And I had a perfectly good time with this movie. I think it was shot really interestingly. I love, creative storytelling and creative settings. So I appreciated that. And I thought it was
the 3-act structure.
Yeah. I really thought it was good, but I wasn't blown away. I'd give it I actually am not even sure that I've logged it yet, but I would give it either a 3 or a 3.5. I think a 3.5.
All right. Fair enough. For me, it's one of those that I put on all the time. I just love having it in the background. Okay. It's such a great film. I just love so many lines, Aaron Sorkin, etc. But I'm glad at least you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. All right. You assigned me The Last Duel, Ridley Scott, written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. And I think in my review I referred to it as a really good movie that I didn't like that much. It's really well made. There's some incredible fight sequences. There's some good acting. Ultimately, I had trouble separating myself from the combination of source materials that they were putting together. I don't know if you had a chance to read my review or not, but it's a really famous Japanese short story called In a Grove. It was adapted to a film by Kurosawa, but retitled Rashomon, and it's this idea of the truth according to, and it goes through all these different versions of the story, but I think it does it in a much better way. They obviously took that structure, and I never really found myself curious about who to believe. At the end of the day, Marguerite's story was vicious regardless of whose version of the truth there was, and so I just felt like the structure was a little distracting, and caused the movie to be much too long for it. But it was a really beautifully shot. I thought the last thing I'll say on it before moving on to this week's homework is it was really clear to me how good Adam Driver is. I think he's running rings around everyone else in that film.
As he tends to do.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If you say he runs rings around everybody in the prequel trilogy, well, okay, great. But it's not like he's up there against.
But those aren't the only movies I've seen him in.
Yeah, but I mean, I just mean in this, he's going up against some serious movie
Affleck
stars,
and Damon,
right? Yeah. And he owns that screen. You just can't take your eyes off of him every time he's there. So I was super impressed with Adam Driver.
Okay, well, this week I'm going to give you something a little different. I'm going to be giving you a movie called Fury, directed by David Ayer, starring a lot of fun guys: Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Logan Lerman, Michael Pena, John Bernthal, my man. So
John Bernthal,
great cast, and it's a war movie, so you got to be in the mood for a war movie. Keep that in mind going into it, but it's very good. I think you'll like it a lot.
I like the genre. It's a great cast. Again, it's one of those that I'm not sure why I haven't seen. So I appreciate you helping me round out my watch list.
All right, there you go.
All right, as referenced earlier when I gave you the line Coffees for Closers, I'm going to give you Glengarry Glen Ross, written by David Mamet. It's got a really great all-star cast of some old school actors. I'm giving you this one. It's a little similar in a way to The Reason I Gave You, Steve Jobs, but this is adapted from a play. It basically, I think it has maybe 3 settings in the entire film, and really could have only 2. So it's. I think it's a really great movie, and I think that I'm curious to get your reaction to it and see how you like it.
All right, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Where can I watch that?
And I think, I have it in my library, so you can watch it there.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
How about Fury? Do we know where Fury is available streaming?
Nope.
No? Well, look, okay. Well, I appreciate you you setting me up for success there. So. Okay. Well, we've ranked, we've debated, we've disagreed about the finer points of assigning homework, though we haven't disagreed about who shot first. It's all just another day in the galaxy.
So whether you're Gen X, Gen Z, or somewhere lost in the timeline, please continue to listen, like, share, and subscribe to I Am Your Father.
Until the next episode, remember that with great power comes a great second breakfast, but winter is also coming, so may the force live long and prosper with you.
We are inevitable.
Good night.